Hey everyone, and welcome to Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm Chef AJ, the author of Unprocessed, The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss and Own Your Health. And this is where I show you recipes for healthy, permanent, and sustainable weight loss. Today, I'm going to show you one of my very favorite ways to prepare a potato. There's really no bad way to prepare a potato, but these are so delicious. It's almost like eating hot potato chips. This is called the Hasselback potato. I think it was invented in some resort or inn called the Hasselback in a resort. But this technique you can really do with any type of potato, any type of sweet potato. I've done it with parsnips, I've done it with carrots. It's fabulous, but it's always been kind of hard to do without having the whole thing fall apart. And then I found this amazing tool at this local store called Kitchen in Indian Wells. They have the most fabulous products. I'll link to below, and it's a guide for doing it. So this way you don't cut all the way through the potato or the carrot or the sweet potato or the parsnip, because it's a guide. So you take a potato or sweet potato or whatever you're using and you put it on the guide, and then you take this thing that kind of looks like a hair pick for an afro, and you just kind of put it in. And then you take your knife, and then what you do is you cut where the knife goes between the little thing. Now, because there's a guide there, you won't go all the way down, which would not be good, because the Hasselback potato is kind of like a fan. And so what this does is it keeps you from going all the way down. Now, I used to do this with a spoon, and it can be done without a guide, but I still wasn't having good results getting these cut the way that I can do now easily with this guide. And every now and then a little piece comes out like that. We'll put it back, and then you just move it over to get the other part of the potato. And so do this with as many potatoes at a time as you want. It's just such a delicious way to eat a potato, and it's so fun because once it's done, you kind of peel them off the slices one at a time, and it's sort of like eating hot potato chips. So it doesn't have to be perfect. What I like to do is I like to then take my knife and go through it just to make sure it goes as far down as I can without cutting it all the way through. But this guide will make it so that you don't do that. I just kind of go through it again with the knife without the guide. It is such a cool way. Now, a lot of people that make Hasselback potatoes, they're putting in things like butter and olive oil. You don't need any of that. But if you want it to be fancy, you can stick some things in between the slices. And so I've seen people put fresh rosemary between that. So I'm going to do it with fresh garlic. You don't have to put anything. They are delicious. So it's okay if a little piece came out. We'll just stick it right back in. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is a wonderful tool I got from Tupperware because it slices things paper thin. It's a mandolin, but it's safe. It always drives me crazy when chefs come on Chef AJ Live and don't use a glove for the mandolin, but with this you don't have to. My counter's clean, so you can see it makes it paper thin slices of garlic. And so what I do with those is I take one and I put it in between every little potato piece. And it's just a cool way and delicious way to have like a roasted garlic potato. I'll just start over at this end. You can see literally how paper thin this is. I don't think I could do it with a knife. And then I have my oven preheating at 400 degrees. I have it on roast. I actually use my Breville air fryer as my oven, even though I have two brand new beautiful ovens, because I live in the desert and the ovens really heat up my kitchen, whereas the Breville doesn't. So I have it on roast. I have it on 400, and I am going to roast it for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. How long really depends on your oven and the size of your potato. What I do a lot of times is I'll roast them for an hour, maybe if, you know, in the beginning of the day, know I'm going to have them for dinner, and then I'll just finish them off on the air fryer setting for about 15 minutes to get them nice and crisp. So I'm just sticking this in the little holes just to be fancy. And I like to serve these with either barbecue sauce or salsa. Those are my favorite condiments. My husband likes ketchup and mustard. So I'm going to go put this in the oven, and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. So it's been an hour at 400, and here is my beautiful Hasselback potato with the garlic roasted in, and you can peel off each one, and it's like a potato chip, and the garlic kind of melts in, and this is just my favorite way. If it's not crisp enough for you, just a few more minutes, or if you have an air fryer, you can crisp it up that way. Let's see how it tastes. I think you can hear the crunch, and the roasted garlic melted right in. Delish. I'll put a link to the little tool below. I don't like to talk with food in my mouth, so I'll swallow. Thanks so much for watching another episode of Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm Chef AJ, and I truly believe you can have both the health and the body that you so richly deserve. Take care.